Now, from CBS News Miami, this is Facing South Florida with Jim DeFede.
Welcome to Facing South Florida. I'm Jim DeFede. We begin today with immigration and how, with each passing day, we are seeing South Florida torn apart by the realities of President Trump's policies of rounding people up. Of course, this is not what the president campaigned on. His supporters were told the federal government would be targeting violent criminals. But as we now know, many, if not most, of the people being snatched off the streets by mass agents have no criminal records. They are folks who have lived here for years, raised families, and contributed to making South Florida special. A few weeks ago, I talked about how fear was the greatest tool in the government's arsenal. And with each passing day, that is proven to be true. Now, of course, here in Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis doesn't want to miss out on all the fun. And so, along with his hand-picked attorney general, they came up with, wait for it, Alligator Alcatraz, a facility on an abandoned airport in the heart of the Everglades that the state has now seized and is expected to house thousands of illegal immigrants. Don't you just love the name, Alligator Alcatraz? It's special, isn't it? Nobody says heartlessly degrading people can't be fun, too. Here is Attorney General James Uthmeier laughing about it on a right-wing podcast last week.
We believe in the swamp down here in Florida. We're swamp creatures. But no, it's a great facility. The state will be able to use it for a long time. It can be a good thing.
This is using the swamp to your advantage. Do you understand? This is Sun Tzu, art of the swamp.
Now, when I think of the Everglades, I think about the beauty of what Marjorie Stoneman Douglas called the river of grass. And no one single person is more responsible for capturing that beauty than the photographer Clyde Butcher. He has spent 40 years taking the most amazing photographs of a place few of us truly understand. And so while there are others who can debate the policy of what the state is doing, I wanted to hear from Butcher and what he had to say about Alligator Alcatraz.
When I first heard the word Alligator Alcatraz, and it was a terrible, forbidding place, it really made me mad. Because the Everglades is probably one of the most natural, organic, beautiful places in the entire world. It's not. I've been walking through the Everglades now for 40 years, and I've never been attacked by a gator. I mean, I've walked into miles and all day long. Never been attacked by a gator. I've done a lot of work on Airport Road. We call it Airport Road that goes to the airport there, Jetport. Never even seen a gator. Well, this whole thing they used was a PR thing to think this is a wasteful, non-important place.
Well, what concerns you most about the idea of having this detention facility out there on that airport?
Well, there's all kinds of problems they're going to have, or I'm going to have with them. They're going to have generators that are putting that black diesel smoke in the air. They're going to have huge problems with water, hurricanes. What's going to happen out there when a hurricane hits? That whole area will flood all the way over Highway 41. It'll wash everything away, probably kill half the people there. I mean, it's such a stupid thing to do that it's almost. I don't think they did any kind of environmental report. I don't think our administration even wants to hear about environmental reports. Was there any permits plural from Collier County to do this?
Well, the governor this week said that they didn't have time to do any of that sort of review, but that he's confident that this will have no environmental impact. And he says that there's the Everglades, he's been a huge supporter of in terms of making sure that they get funding for the Everglades. And so why, do you not trust the governor when he says that this will have no impact on the Everglades?
When someone says you're going to put 5,000 people in the middle of the Everglades and tell me there's going to be no impact, you're crazy. There's all kinds of impact They're going to be spraying for mosquitoes and bugs. It's going to encourage a whole series of rats, which will probably bring the pythons there. You're going to have 500 or 600 employees there. They have to do the laundry. They got to feed all these people. They got to have these shower people that's going to be living out in this hot tent. They're going to have to take a shower probably every other day, and which they probably won't let them do. So it's going to be a health issue. I just can't believe it. The diesel, but to have enough generators to run for 5,000 people, that's going to create a huge noise. The animals don't particularly care for that. Try to get a permit to put 5,000 people in the Everglades. You'll never get that permit. How can you believe this guy? I mean, he's just lying through his teeth.
I mean, Clyde, did you think that you'd be fighting environmental fights at this point in your life?
I'm 83 years old, and I thought, oh, we got this. We've done our fighting. We got the Everglades saved, and then this comes up. So I guess you just can't. You can't. The evil doesn't stop. If you can make money, it just continues onward. I think this is a cancer that will lead to building permanent structures out there, which we've fought several times. They wanted to do all kinds of things out there that we fought, and since the federal government wasn't behind it, we were able to fight it. But being the federal government and the state government, it's going to be a tough battle. My love for the Everglades is so much that you can't do this. This is just wrong. It's just wrong. And anybody that says this is not going to affect the Everglades has got something wrong with their brain, their heart.
When we return, we will talk to Josh Weil, the Democrat who recently announced he was running against Ashley Moody for the United States Senate. Stay with us.